The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out comes the Vegas offense, and Charles, it's number 4, Derek Carr at quarterback.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, right at the 40. They run again with Jackson.
Down to about the 37. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
On play action, it's Carr. He's going to launch this thing way downfield.
That is incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense.
They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now they've got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 21. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it'd be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Raiders are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City.
Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Time to see what Patrick Mahomes can do here with his first possession. The quarterback out of Texas Tech getting set to lead this KC Chiefs offense.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes.
Complete on the crosser to Hall.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there, 2nd down. The numbers on the ground for Pacheco last week.
9 carries, 52 yards and a touchdown.
Definitely productive, including scoring his 14th touchdown of the season last week. It's going to be fun to watch the matchup now because he has a nose for the end zone. So if you're a defender, what's your job? Keep him out.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And the Raiders have got him. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up 3rd down. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week, continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. Muscles him off. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up.
Partner, everything that happened before that fumble was great. Good vision, navigated the open field, got good chunk yardage. At that point, if you see a defender coming, though, just step out of bounds. Don't risk all you picked up before the hit to just try and get an extra yard or two.
2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that 1st round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On play action, now Carr.
He'll drop this down to Jackson.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. High throw, but the catch is made. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Had the offense humming on the 1st drive. Not much has changed here on drive #2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Chris Jones in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a give. It's Jackson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Throwing now is Carr. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. They got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. And this one a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Kansas City taking the field for their 2nd drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now taking downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for 1st downs instead of airing it out.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. 2nd and 10.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he whips that one incomplete there. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now here's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now. than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 42-yard line. Here's Carr. It's Jackson again on the reception. He'll get it to the 40. Sweet little move in there, but couldn't get much yardage out of it. 2nd down and 8. Now a play fake. Carr. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs 16. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. To throw is Carr. And he's got it. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Jackson trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job.
And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his first touchdown on the year. And the Raiders go up by 2 touchdowns. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it in the play before with a smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Now for the point after. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
The Raider offense going to head out now late in this first half.
And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Wide open receiver complete.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On first down, Carr. Fighting to stay upright. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now Carr.
That'll be pulled in downfield by Collins. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Nico Collins.
49 yards.
And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
To throw, it's Carr.
Out of his hands quickly to Higgins.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here.
This is up and good from Pinheiro.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this weekend, so lots to get to as we check out what's going on here in Week 11. We'll start in the NFC North. Minnesota playing host to Chicago up at US Bank Stadium. And in the second quarter, it's the Vikings who are out on top. The Vikes trying to finish that one off and claim victory. From there, we head down to Tennessee to check on the Titans at home in Nashville. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Lastly, let's check in on our nation's capital to see what's happening with the Washington Commanders at home at FedEx Field. And they've got the lead over the visiting Colts as that one's gone to halftime. In our game has been the play of Derek Carr that's led the way. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Chiefs ready to go on offense to begin quarter number 3. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
Shedding the tackle. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing now is Mahomes.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. It's the fullback.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Chiefs are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. That time a 6-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Carr. And the Chiefs are going to get him. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. That is caught. Room here to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on 1st down. Now a handoff inside. It's Jackson. Oh, able to avoid him. Unable to corral him. He fights through. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Okay, let's do our version of name dropping here. Let's show off a little knowledge, right? The A gap, the gap between the center and the guard on either side, right? Both sides. Control that, you're going to control an inside running game.
And he had to feel satisfied because he hit that gap, broke the contact. He loves that.
That's the best part, right? That's what he's going to ask the coach to run back on film.
Let me see that one more time.
Show that again, coach. Look how my legs kept churning. I just kept moving, and he did to the tune of a big game.
Able to getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. This is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
A solid stiff arm, and he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Mahomes on the bootleg. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Now Mahomes. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Final minute now of the third quarter. On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Mahomes now on the option right. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Chiefs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept him out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on him. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
So here are the Raiders now to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Now Carr. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Carr going to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Carr. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Nico Collins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Raiders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was Nico Collins who finished it off with a touchdown reception. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Chiefs offense set to go. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Mahomes to throw. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Looking to throw. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 44-yard line. They'll set up to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, 44 yards. And the Chiefs get a bit closer. The Forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Extra point forthcoming. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They run on first down with Jackson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On the give, here comes Jackson. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and run for it. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Raiders are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
KC's offense ready to take over. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. They'll drop to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end, Travis Kelce. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, 69 yards. And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And it culminates in a Travis Kelce touchdown. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Raiders able to secure it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Carr down to a knee, and that ought to just about do it. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. But Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Raiders, they keep